Hey guys, so here's another coding interview question for you. If all the numbers from 1 to 1000 are written out in words, calculate the total number of letters used. So to tackle this question, I'm going to be using Python just because I think it's the easiest in terms of syntax and features to get what we're looking for. That being said, I will go through the Python specific functions and features that I use. But again, it's the algorithm that's really important. So by no means am I asking you to actually know Python in super detail. And we're also going to be talking about dictionaries for a little bit, all right? So let's get started. All right, so basically what we're doing is we're going from 1 to 1000 and taking the corresponding words, the word values of those numbers, and adding up the letters and yielding a single value. All right? So let's take a look at our plan and sort of chalk up what we're going to be doing before we write any code. So first we're going to be creating a dictionary with number, word, key value pairs. Actually, I think I'm going to do this step by step before showing the entire plan. All right, so what I mean by that is we're going to create a dictionary from 0 to 19 first of number values and words. And we're also going to get another one for these guys. So basically the 10s, so 20, 30, all the way to 90. We already got 10 covered up here. Okay? Next step is we're basically going to categorize each number from 1 to 1000 and sort of tackle each category individually. Yeah, so, all right, 1 to 19, we're basically just going to sum up the letters in this dictionary. All right? So, it's going to look something like this. Sum letters equals. I'm just going to write out this function, then I'm going to explain what it does. Alright, ones.get I for I in range 120. Alright, so basically what this function does, this reduce function, it takes a function, so in this case it's add, and it applies it to the entire set, which is the second argument. Okay, so this guy right here, basically what it's doing is it's getting the length of every key value in the range 1 to 20. So every element in the range 1 to 20, it's accessing the dictionary and getting the word, and then getting the length of that word. All right, so that way we basically get the sum of the letters of all the elements in this dictionary. All right, that basically covers this range, 20 to 99. So for each number in the range, we want to break it down into its digits. So we're going to be creating a list, and each element in the list is basically going to be a digit in order from 1s to 10s. So this is an example of that right here. And we're going to get the corresponding string values. So, I mean, it should be word values from the digits and sum up the letters. Okay? Simple enough. So, that's going to look something like this. So for that range, what we're going to do is we're going to create a digits list. Alright, so this guy basically converts every number in the range into a list containing the digits in the reverse order, like I said here. So basically this will produce one of these guys. Okay, so this function right here converts I to a string. So I here is a number, and then it becomes a string. And before we do that, we basically reverse the number. So 20 becomes 0, 2, and then the elements are separated out into a list, so it becomes this guy. All right. And then we're going to sum up the letters like so. All right. So what is this doing right here? So it's getting the ones place, converting that into an int. Okay. And it's accessing this dictionary and then getting the length of the corresponding word. Okay, all right. So, and the same thing is happening for this. So we're basically getting the digit for the tens place and then accessing this dictionary. And we're getting the corresponding length of the word. All right? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Now 100 to 999. That's going to be our next category. So for each number in this range, we're going to do the same thing, break it down into its digits. Now it gets a little bit complicated. It's not so neat for this range, so we're going to have to look at what's common and what we have to break down into cases. So, oops. So we're going to iterate over the range again, and we're going to take a look at what's common for all of these cases. So the word 100 is going to be in every single number in this range. So from 100 to 1,000, that's non-inclusive, so it's going to go from 100 to 999. The word 100 is going to be in every single number. So that's something that we observe that is in common for all these cases. So we got to add 100 to each number. All right? So some letters, we're incrementing that by the length of 100, and then by the hundreds place digit. So that leads me to the next common case. The hundreds digit will always be counted as a single number. So, you know, take the number like 200, right? So 2, which is the highest digit, is going to be interpreted as just a single number, as like a single ones number from this dictionary. Okay? So that explains that line right there. All right. And we're not counting n in this case. We're just going to ignore that. All right. Now comes where we branch it into cases. And it's actually not too bad. I'm going to take a look at that. So if there's a 1 in the tens place, it's going to basically be in the teens. So it's going to go from 10 to 19. So what do I mean by that? Like 110 or 315. If there's a 1 as the middle digit, we're going to have to account for that. So if digits 1 equals 1, sum plus letters, we're going to do this guy right here. All right, so what is that doing? If it's 1, if the middle digit's 1, we're basically going to concatenate the tens place with the ones place. And we're basically going to get the value of that number in this dictionary. So back to our example, what do we use, like 315. So if the tens place is a 1, we're going to concatenate 1 with 5 and then go into our dictionary and read 15. So 315, we get 15 right there. So that takes care of the last two digits in that scenario. Else, if the middle digit is not a 1, all other cases, our dictionaries actually take care of it. because if you noticed, or when I first made these dictionaries, I actually put a blank spot for 0. So if we access 0 as a key value pair here, it's just not gonna, it's gonna return a length of 0. So what we can do is we can basically I'm not gonna write that all out. We're basically gonna go into our dictionary and get the corresponding tens value for the middle digit. So like 345, right? So we got a 40 there. So it takes the middle digit and then accesses this dictionary. You get a 40. And then it takes the ones place, accesses the 5, and then reads 5. All right? So simple enough there. It was just sort of knowing exactly what our cases are and what we needed to branch out into. That took a little thinking. All right, and then lastly for 1000, we just sum up the letters in 1000. Like so. Okay, and that successfully counts up all the letters from in each word from 1 to 1000. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and stay tuned for the next video.